Congratulations, dear Mariette, on your new position as Executive Director of the Berlinale, the Berlin International Film Festival, as of 2020 onwards. What was the biggest attraction for you to throw your hat in that ring for this position? And the Berlin International Film Festival will be in that magical 70th edition, so it's a big responsibility.
I think the first time I went to the Berlinale must have been maybe 1980, I don't know, 87 or something like that, or maybe even 88, so that would be a long time ago. And I think the Berlinale is of very vital importance to the cinema audience worldwide, and especially, of course, in Berlin. So it's a great opportunity to be involved in this event and to see where cinema is going in the future. I mean, you see that things are changing every day, like the young audience, which looks more at series on platforms and digital formats and more genre. Mm-hmm. So it's a challenge to see what a festival has to do to go with this change and do things differently and keep with the young audience. I think that's for me, it's a very important thing, that cinema doesn't become something for 65 plus, but it sticks with a young audience. Mm-hmm. And I think the Berlinale is the ideal spot for that.
I assume you've had first conversations with your partner in crime, the new AD, Carlo Chatrian, who will start with you, and of course you'll be shadowing somewhat. What are you starting to identify as the most important topics you need to tackle? I mean, yes, there's change, there's blockchain, there's all kinds of things. Maybe it's not even that romantic, maybe it's something structural about the Berlinale.
I think Carlo has a very different background from Dieter Koslik. Carlo is he was a film journalist, he's very familiar with film history. He's someone, I think, who is very focusing on specific things, and for him the film and the program is a focus on things. So I guess most probably he would sort of start to think, where do I want to go, what is the profile I want to give to the Berlinale, and I actually am following him in this process, and I'm supposed to be of help when he's going to make certain changes. And actually that are probably very basic changes, very practical changes. Mm-hmm.
We're standing here in Toronto. You've come to TIFF for more than a decade as the head of German Films, and German Films is the marketing and service agency for German film distribution. So I do want to ask you how you think your job, the job that you have been doing for over a decade, might inform your new job. So you're going to be relocating to the German capital. You're going to be co-running the biggest show in town, one of the most important festivals. Is there still a way for you? Do you still see your role as helping position the German film landscape globally?
If it concerns the program, of course, Carlo really is the boss. But I can imagine to do other elements which are not the programming of films, but maybe doing activities, workshops, panels, whatever, with people from the German film industry, and maybe also partner with other festivals. Because I know so many festivals already, 2 or 3 festivals which are quite important, asked me if we could think of any sort of cooperation in the future. So I think all festivals feel the need to strengthen the cinema area, because everyone has, I think, almost the same problem. That's not called a problem. The same challenge to reach out to the young audience. So they're more looking for cooperations, partnerships, and learning from each other. And it's not like each on its own and fight for oneself. Mm-hmm. So I think that could be important, to do more partnerships, maybe, which I would bring in for my present job.
Yeah. The very provocative question actually arose recently. What is the role of an international film festival in the 21st century? Is it engaging new audiences? You mentioned that, but it's probably
I think for a large number of films, it is the first time that the audience meets with a film, and for many other films it's maybe also the only time the audience sees a film, because fewer films get a normal theatrical or commercial distribution nowadays. It's really very different, and without a festival I think the audience would even have more difficulties to navigate through the film landscape. So I think festivals help people to give information on what a film, which films they could like, or what a film is about. And this will keep for a number of years, but of course, yes, maybe in 50 years everything is on Netflix. But I still think that the audience wants, or they will appreciate this moment that you're all together in a screening room and watch a film very concentrated and can talk about it right away after. I do think these special moments will always keep existing.
Mm-hmm. And these massive changes that we're all noticing, as you said, pretty much daily, where new keywords pop up. I've been wondering whether that also has to do with that new model that seems to be very en vogue of co-heads at TIFF, where Cameron Bailey and John Vincent have a very similar system now to what Carlo Chatrian as AD and you as ED in Berlin will have. What do you expect to be the advantage and perhaps disadvantage or challenge of that type of teamwork? You know, there's not going to be that one big name, the man with the red scarf anymore.
Yeah. I think for me, because I'm more like a person, I like to exchange with another person my ideas, or maybe sometimes verify what I think, whether it really makes sense, or whether it's strong enough or the right way. And so I personally think I will appreciate very much having someone on the same level with me, but with a different point of view, and to exchange information and thoughts. So I think that would be very helpful. Of course, Dieter Koslik is a very strong personality, and he's a real unique person with a lot of energy and a lot of charisma. I think both Carlo and myself are completely different characters, so I think that's a good way to start and do it differently.
And we'll find out how differently in February 2020. Thank you so much, Mariette, and best of luck.
You should join the festival in 2020.
Yes.
For sure.
Indeed.
Promise?
I'll be there. Absolutely.
Good.
Tickets booked.